pardon me while I have a strange interlude.
There is nothing else. Life is an obscure hobo bumming a ride on the omnibus of art.
Along the misty corridors of time, and in those corridors I see figures, strange figures.
All right, we've got an on-the-road edition of the show. So we're on the road with Binnall this weekend. We're heading back from Gettysburg, where we attended the Paranormal Research Symposium, and that was a lot of fun. Yours truly presented there. See, you can tell this is legit. A clown just went by us on the highway on a motorcycle. That's outstanding. So, so what'd you think, Tim? What'd you think of Gettysburg?
I liked it a lot. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. I got to see some presentations and then also check out the battlefield and stuff. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you did it more wandering around town than I did. So, yeah. You got to meet Old Man Gettysburg.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed it a lot. I really had to experience the history there, so it's quite the sight.
Yeah, I haven't been there since I was a little kid. I guess not that little, but I was a kid. A tornado rolled through while we were at the battlefield, so I didn't get to see as much of Gettysburg. It was a tight weekend. We spent like a good, 8 hours driving down.
Yeah.
With a few stops in there, and then symposium was all day long. Began at 8 in the morning, pretty much, and went right till 5, a little after 5. So I was right smack dab in the middle of the day, and I recorded the presentation, so you will be able to hear it. That's good stuff. So what struck you about the battlefield when you went out for your wander there?
Oh man. Oh, I don't know, just how huge it was and everything. That was kind of my big takeaway. It was just like so massive.
Right.
And just monuments like from every state that participated pretty much.
Yeah.
From the door.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. It was just a lot of fun. I never really I don't even know if fun's the right word, but it was very informative.
Yeah.
And enjoyable. Sort of just something so historically significant.
Yeah, and we did a little walking around together. We walked literally in the footsteps of Abraham Lincoln down the street.
Yeah.
Plaques everywhere. I think you got a photo with the Abe Lincoln statue.
I sure did.
Yeah. And up to a plaque out next to the tree that Lincoln passed by in 1863.
Yeah, we walked by some Lincoln trees.
Yep.
That was cool.
Spent some time at the gas station that Abraham Lincoln probably stopped at. Or some other president might have stopped at to gas up his Lincoln. Could have been one of those things, or all of those things. But it was a pretty cool venue. 1863 in Gettysburg. There was 2 different rooms going at the same time. And then a third room, which was a little down the street at the orphanage. So it was crazy because there was a lot of presenters, and you really had to plan your day out because you couldn't see everybody. There was no way to see everybody because there were simultaneous presentations. But the ones we did see,
three tracks.
Yep. So
why don't you tell people about the ones you did see?
well, I saw you and I both went to John Michael's presentation.
Yeah.
He's known for John Michael Has Questions. He's a skeptical guy. He's talking about critical thinking and philosophy and the history of thought. So it was good stuff. And I mean, he's one of the guys I kind of ended up hanging out with off the night before and the night after. So, yeah, good dude. He was a good dude. Put on a good presentation. Very kind, because I wasn't sure if my computer was going to work for my presentation, and he was offering up his. So, it's very much appreciated, you know. So, and then after that one, I went to Lenny Sewell's presentation, and Lenny Sewell's an interesting guy. Literature professor, I guess, is mostly how he's made his living, but he was talking a lot about the imaginal and liminal spaces and experiences of the paranormal and how they can be both real and kind of unreal at the same time. They're not mutually exclusive things. So he had kind of a magical outlook that is not too different from mine, that I thought was, his was one I was really looking forward to, and it was more of a workshop. He went around the room and asked people about their experiences, and they kind of walked through it with them. So that was kind of nice. That was cool. And I had a paranormal event happen during that shot, where I discovered a stone in a pocket of my purple blazer that I didn't know existed. Not only did I not know the stone existed, I didn't know the pocket existed. And while he was giving the chat, I was thinking, like, should I tell one of my stories? And I'm like, well, I'm presenting later. There's a lot of people here that aren't, and maybe would want a chance to speak, you know, I'll let them do it. And I was just kind of fidgeting and making sure my hotel room key was still in my pocket. And I felt something that felt like it was trapped in the lining of the jacket. So I started feeling around, realized I had an interior tiny pocket. It was like one of those ones that's meant for, I guess, a pocket watch. That's the only thing I could think of the use for. But there was a tiny stone in there, like little black stone that was all tumbled with a groove in it. And I thought that was weird, because I don't recall ever having a stone like that, and I don't remember having a pocket like that. So the only thing I could think was that maybe it half-boarded into my pocket. So then later, I thought about it and said, you know what, I think Lenny should have the stone, because that half-boarded into my pocket while he was giving a presentation. I think he might appreciate it. So I went to go give it to Glenny, and while I was explaining it, I went to fish it out of that little pocket, and there was another stone in there. So I have two. So two different stones half-boarded themselves into that pocket at some point during the conference. Now, there may be rational explanations. I did ask skeptical John Michael later, and he offered up some suggestions, but I don't really care. I'm just going to move forward with, I had an apport in my pocket during the presentation. So, yeah. And then after that was Brandon Masulo. He did a really cool presentation about spiritualism and where a lot of ideas about spiritualism come from, or more specifically, where our ideas about ghosts come from. There's a lot of things that are popularly believed about ghosts, and most of those beliefs aren't really that old. They kind of stem originally from the spiritualist movement. And he kind of traces those ideas back and shows how different they were prior to seances and spiritualism catching on. So it's kind of interesting that you think that, like, oh, everybody's always thought that, like, traumatic death ties the soul to a place, you know, or something like that. You realize, oh, that's actually a more recent idea, you know. So that was cool. And then we had lunch. I had to get my head together for lunch, so I just didn't want to tie myself up. I went and bought a small, tiny little sandwich in a store so that I wouldn't get home out. I don't know where you were at that point. You were probably still at Battlefield.
I was at Battlefield probably.
Yeah.
I think I went over to KFC and saw my way over to see you at 1:30. So it was like wrapping it up at the Battlefield then.
Yeah. So then I did mine, and then I was my first ever live presentation in front of an audience about the Loch Ness Monster and all the magical stuff around it. And I think it went well. Tim was there, so...
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. He doesn't want to hurt my feelings, so.
No, I wouldn't. I don't like any presentation.
I know you don't. Yeah. You got Venus flytrapped at that first one, and then you got stuck.
Yeah. First one had like a speaker. The entrance and exits are like behind the speaker, so you can't really leave once you enter.
Yeah, it was in the orphanage, which has a chapel, so you had to go down a flight of stairs and basically walk around where the speaker was going to be. So in order to leave, you'd have to get up and walk right past the speaker to leave the room.
In the middle of their thing, yeah.
Right.
So it was a little, and I'm not that, like,
yeah.
It's going to be an effort.
But that one guy did because he was having a coughing fit.
Right.
Yeah. So it was an opportunity that you could have jumped on, but that would have required some like Costanza energy to like make a coughing fit.
Back if I want to come back. It would have been.
So that was good. I was a little bit overwhelmed after my presentation. I had people coming up to me, and I had a lot of. I was eager to get my computer back to the room so I wouldn't forget it somewhere. And wanted to relax and take my shoes off. And then I remembered that I was really looking forward to the one that was right after me in the same room, so I had to run back downstairs. And that was Randy Bergspun. She was doing a presentation on the artist Hilma House Clint and channeled art and her own attempts at channeled art and seance stuff. So that was super cool. I really enjoyed that one. And then that was pretty much wrapping up. There was like one more presentation for the day. It was the whole thing more or less is the brainchild of Alex Matsuo, and she was presenting at the end of the day. And I kind of went in for the closing ceremonies there. And we hung out with people. We got to meet people that we didn't know before.
Yeah. We met a lot of cool people.
Solid people. I was hanging out with Dave Schumacher and his wife Jen, and they were
awesome
just
people.
wonderful people, and Brandon Masulo and the skeptical guy. Me and the skeptic were getting along all weekend long. You imagine that. But so that was kind of like I don't know. I guess that was just kind of the crew for me. Was those guys? Was Dave and Jen and Brandon and John. But we all kind of gravitated towards the brewery, the Appalachian Brewery, which had some good beer and very loud children running around.
Yeah, it was wild.
Screaming a lot and barking dogs. So I'm not a fan of breweries in general, so this isn't necessarily a bad review of Appalachian. Is it Appalachian or Appalachian? How should
Appalachian, I think. That's what I said.
Okay.
It was like a family brewery.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. Someone was like, that doesn't make any sense. But it's like, well, that's what it was. I don't know what to say. It's,
I don't know what to tell you.
Family friendly. Like, they really encourage people to bring their families and their kids and shit.
And there's a lot of families in Gettysburg. It's like people.
Big tourist area.
Yeah, tourist areas. So naturally, that's what you're going to get. But it was cool because, you just got to hang out with people that I otherwise wouldn't have met, Last night we had a big sit-down dinner, big 10-person sit-down dinner.
Yeah, quite the dinner.
It was crazy. I hung out with Dustin Crowley as well. He was sitting right next to us.
Yeah.
A couple other folks. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. I would 1010 would do again. I'm realizing now, though, that Gettysburg is about as far as I feel like driving ever.
Yeah, for anyone listening who's like, if it sounds low energy, we're like on the back end of this long trip.
Yeah, I had. We're in Connecticut, and we've been in so many states. We've driven through the Poconos.
Yeah.
That was wild. I never had any idea where the Poconos actually was, and now I know. Now I know what it looks like. It's in Pennsylvania, in case you're wondering. We went through a little bit of New Jersey today on the way back.
Yeah, New York.
Yeah, New York.
Connecticut.
Yeah. And then
running into Sunday drivers, of which we are also.
Yeah.
Drivers.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, no.
Yeah, the ride down was beautiful. We hardly ran into any problems on Friday.
The weather was fantastic the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So
once again, you're welcome for that. I performed a little bit of weather magic to make sure we keep the rain out. We had rain for like an hour this morning. That's about it. Yeah.
It's kind of nice, actually.
And it was refreshing. It was a refreshing rain. Yeah. So on the way back, I saw a sign that said Hopewell Furnace, and we had to go check that out. That was historic Hopewell Village in Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it was worth it, but we did go there. We were aiming for the Vampa Museum. So if you're on,
We did get to the Vampa,
we did, yeah, but that really screwed things up because we were in the middle of nowhere to go to the Hopewell Furnace historic site, and we were going basically from the middle of nowhere, point A, to the middle of nowhere, point B,
middle of somewhere else.
to get to Doylestown. And Doylestown it was a trip. It seems like most of that town is a gigantic park with a big walkway around it that people just walk on.
It was strange. It was they had like a strip, like a car width strip that ran alongside the highway.
Yeah, if you want to take a scenic walk alongside a highway, basically, I guess, out in the sun with no cover, Doylestown is the place for you. So we went to the Vampa Museum because we like roadside curiosities and weird shit. And it was, I don't know, we should preface this by saying, I'll go ahead and say that I was already aware that everything in there was bogus. Like,
I'm not going to go that far because I don't want to go to court. But no, I don't. Yeah, no, I'd heard it was like not exactly on the level, so which is fine, you know. I mean, I've been to worse places like that, but I mean, it was interesting.
So basically the idea is you walk in and the entire front room is vampire hunting kits. They're all like relics, alleged vampire hunting kits that all have some kind of pedigree, and this includes like big trunks full of just random relics like hammers and stakes, and then there were gigantic hammers in case you needed to drive a really big stake, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, and battle axes and swords.
A vampire hunting kit allegedly owned by Michael Jackson.
Yep, that was one of them.
Just kind of like, what?
There was a Freemasonic vampire hunting kit. Figure that one out. I think they just put the Freemason book in there because it looked old and spooky. But all the other ones had either the Bible or like the Rituale Romanum in there. So naturally, it's like once you got through that room, it wasn't necessarily about vampires. So you had like skeletons and stuff.
Yeah, then it turned into like a museum of death kind of thing. Like a cellar, I don't know what you call it.
Yeah. Then,
all different sort of like depictions of death.
Yeah. And then you got to a clown closet. There was a closet with clowns and dolls.
Yeah.
That was I think that was my favorite part. But I had to laugh at a lot of the stuff. I really feel like it could be a little bit more over the top, and that would be more fun. That's kind of the way I look at it.
It was just odd. It was, it was just weird. I mean, I wouldn't say I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't really even say I enjoyed it either. I was just kind of like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I felt like it would be cool stuff to look at, and it kind of was. But the seriousness with which it was presented was just like, ooh, these are all cursed items, but you're safe.
Yeah. It was it had a little cheesiness to it, where it was like, it's like, oh, you might feel faint by looking at the stuff that's got spirits attached to them or whatever.
Yeah, like the clown room is roped off because it's just too dangerous to get too close to the clowns and haunted dolls.
Yeah.
That was a little creepy, because like dolls looking at you is creepy, but they were like marionettes and puppets and dolls and a giant evil clown. So
yeah, that was a giant clown.
Yeah. But then there was a closet. I was like the cleansing room. They had to clean the objects off before he puts them out, so they're safe. And I took a picture of that as well, because I'm guessing it's a broom closet. I think there's probably just like brooms and like a dump sink for a mop in there.
That seems so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure, but they had to dress it up like it looked like it was part of the
chains across it and stuff like that. Oh, and then the barn door. I didn't even really look at the barn door, but you looked at that.
It was like allegedly like a barn door that like used in a town in France that was like the victim of a vampire outbreak. So they had to hide out in the barn, the whole town. It was the whole story.
So they nailed all
that I've never heard of before because it probably never happened.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole time I was like, anytime I read a plaque or anything, I was just like, that didn't happen, did it? It's like, I don't know, man, I've read like everything Montague Summers had to say about vampires, and I think he would have included this story. And I take him with a grain of salt, so. I don't know. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we stopped there, you know?
Yeah. Well, we've always sort of wondered what it was like if we had kind of have to fucking check it out. See it. I mean, it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm not going to bag on it. I didn't think it was like lousy. It was quite an impressive collection of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was more my takeaway for like after the first room. I was like, because I had heard all like vampire hunting kits are like fake, so it was like okay. And then you go into room after room after room, and that's when you really get into like this dude's insane collection of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was like really cool. Once you kind of like can put the vampire part, put that away, and just kind of appreciate the weird relics and strange fucking artifacts and shit the guy had. I thought that was really really cool.
Yeah, and I think that stuff is kind of good enough on its own. But I mean, I think he goes the extra length to make it sound spooky because the guy that owns it is, I guess, a licensed exorcist or something like that.
Something like that.
So there's all kinds of warnings about things. There was no warning about a big chair there that Tim sat on. So
there was definitely no warning.
For legal purposes, there was no sign saying.
Yeah, I was interested. No sign.
No, there's no sign.
So they didn't put they could have put a little thing on the chair or something about it.
Yeah. If in fact there's any damage to the chair, which we cannot confirm.
No damage to the chair.
Which we can't confirm or deny.
I can confirm there's no damage. That was what they got on the chair was fine.
Okay. Yeah. So don't come after us, Vampa Museum. Like we didn't break your chair, okay? Somebody else did after we left. So good stuff. I mean, it is an interesting collection of stuff. It's fun to look at, and like it varies. Like I think there are items in there that are just legitimate weird curiosities and stuff like that.
Yeah, worth appreciating.
Right. And then some of them are just kind of like all put together in a way to suggest that there's something they're not.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. There's like a skull chair that was handmade that the sign said like, maybe Vincent Price owned it. Who knows?
It was rumored that he owned it or something like that. It was like very ambiguous.
Yeah. So, possibly Vincent Price's chair, but. But now we're cruising through the land of Connecticut.
Yeah.
Which itself is kind of spooky and liminal. I'm not a big fan of driving through this place, but we have a lot of miles behind us. I don't even want to think of how many miles we drove, but
we drove a lot.
We drove a lot of miles.
I think what was it, 300 down?
Well, wait, today?
Yeah, no, 300 down to get down here.
Right. Yeah, it was about 300 miles.
Today we drove extra, so probably drove like 400 miles.
Yeah. It's been crazy. It's been a hell of a trip.
Yeah. This is like it's on par with the longest road trip I've gone on.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like it's about my limit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's tough. It can get tedious. It can get pretty tedious. Just the miles, you know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I figured this would be a good test to see how long it takes Binnall and I to get sick of each other. And I don't think we really have.
No, we've gotten along. I mean, you crosswords all the whole trip.
Yep.
It's been great.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I originally thought we'd record maybe on the way down, but We got carried away just talking shit.
Shop.
We were talking shit. If you're wondering about who, it's probably you.
Yeah, it's all you. Especially you black hole folks. That's still going?
It's still going.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not recording there. It's recording here.
All right. Well, it had a little timer.
Yeah. Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Just my one chat.
All right. Okay.
It had like a fucking
talking shit about Black Wolf John O's. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
That's good.
All right. Yeah. I just didn't know. I didn't want it to like shut off, and then we'd look later and be like, oh shit, it stopped at 20 minutes or whatever. But as long as you can see it. Yeah, mostly just talking, catching up.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen you in a long time. Probably in a year since Exeter.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
So for about 10 minutes.
It's hard though because we talk a lot. So
We do talk a lot online.
So it's hard to remember like when the last time we actually got together was.
But Exeter.
Okay. If you say so.
I know so. So almost a year to the day.
Yeah, it's wild. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, so no, it's been great. I've had a lot of fun. You've been a great travel companion, and you know, I think we had a good sort of understanding.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
You wanted to see presentations, and I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. And I'm like, I want to go to this battlefield. And so there wasn't. I assume the same could be said for you. I wasn't like, oh, what the fuck? Why didn't Matt come with me to the battlefield?
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, dude, let's get to the fucking battlefields, go check it out. You know, like me personally, not like. And when you were like, I don't know, go see presentations, I'm like, oh, all right, have fun.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
there was no like pressure to really.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you spend 7 hours in the car with anybody, then you're not going to worry about, you know, spending time together.
Right.
Like quality time, you know. Anyway, but yeah, we both kind of did our own things at different points, and then reconvened, and it worked out well, I think. As far as shenanigans go, I don't think that we have any real shenanigans with those.
I mean, the fucking Vampa Museum was the shenanigans.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, I don't think we're really selling it hard enough for people, though. Like, he also, because they're not imagining it right, the way I don't think, because he also got to, like, drive down a fucking, like, a windy kind of road, then you get a park, and it's like the Vampa Museum and Garden Center.
Yeah, right. Like, there's a sign that says, like, antique store out front.
Right. I mean, they don't call it a garden center, but it's got, like,
the
whole yard is...
Like fountains and statues you put in a garden.
Yeah. Like, tons of them.
Like arbors and gazebos. And
it felt like an eccentric, like, collection. You know, it was really... That was, like, one of the weirder parts of it.
Yeah, there was no sign that says Vampa Museum on the street. There were once you like pulled in, and you had to like
pulled in.
You had to walk through like a labyrinth of garden stuff to get to the front door.
Insane labyrinth. Yeah, that's the point I wanted to track.
Yeah.
Like you're like, all right, where's this vampire museum? And then you start walking around the grounds of this like multi-building complex.
Yeah.
And there's like angels and every kind of animal under the sun and all kinds of like, they had fucking dinosaur barn ornaments.
Yeah, there were a whole bunch of dinosaurs.
It was really cool.
Yeah, the Lake Monster one I kind of want.
So it almost could like double as a secondary museum of like weird lawn ornaments and shit.
Yeah, but those are all for sale too. So like that's probably where most of the money comes from, you know. But you know, I'm glad we went.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
And
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, overall, this was a great experience. If we had it to do over again, we were talking about it. It would have been better to leave on Thursday night.
Yeah.
And stay at like a Super 8 or a Econo Lodge or something on the way. Then be able to be only a couple hours from Gettysburg in the morning, you know. Or even then we could have just walked around the battlefield until check-in or something, you know. But,
Yeah. I mean, the battlefields were great. I probably undersold it because when we started this, I was tired. Now I'm waking up taping this. Yeah, the battlefields were awesome. It was just amazing. And you get free tours to the national parks and everything, and you can go where Lincoln did the Gettysburg Address. So it's like, holy shit, this is really, standing around where the Gettysburg Address was. So it's it's not a once in a lifetime experience by any means, but it's certainly, for me it was, so for a first in my lifetime.
It's a unique one, yeah. And I had a brown swallowtail, or a black swallowtail rather, butterfly land on me when we were walking around Gettysburg, and that little guy did not want to leave me. Climbed inside my jacket. It's like a full half hour of this butterfly.
It may still be under his armpit right now. I can't. I haven't looked, and I won't look. So But yeah.
I even made a butterfly friend, so that was pretty cool. I was getting some weird looks walking around with a purple crushed velvet jacket and a butterfly on my hand.
Did we stop any weird? No, we really didn't stop anywhere weird on the way down.
Yeah, we were making such a good time on the way down. It seemed like a shame to stop and ruin it, you know?
Yeah, we had kicked around the idea of going to the Scranton office, Chili's, but
yeah, we
the reviews weren't exactly thrilling for that.
Right.
Like I was willing to check it out, but I looked it up and it was like, I went. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
They have some show memorabilia. I'm not a huge Office fan either, so it's not like. I was imagining, but when you had mentioned it before, I was imagining they actually decked it out like you were in the fucking office.
Right.
You know, it was going to be all cubicles and shit with tables. I was hoping it was like that, and I looked online and it was like, no, it's just props and stuff.
Right. Well, there was one episode of The Office where Michael Scott does a business meeting at a Chili's.
Right.
But there wasn't actually a Chili's at Scranton, so when they built one, they turned it into The Office theme.
Right.
So that's
I guess there's murals and shit around town. We didn't do any of that, so we couldn't tell you
No,
what
we didn't even
like.
stop at Scranton. We flew right by it.
Yeah.
There's also a Houdini museum in Scranton, but like I said, we were eager to get down there. I wanted to kind of meet people from the symposium for, we had an informal little get-together with pizza and stuff, so I'm glad we did it the way we did, but it would have been nice to go the night before and then just have more time.
It would have been nice to have more time in Gettysburg, that's for sure.
My whole day was the conference yesterday and then hanging out with people from it.
Yeah, imagine getting to see it. It could have might as well been on Mars.
Yeah.
Just to start, seeing things in town. But that's because he's a good speaker who's, embraces the camaraderie of the event. So he was like, well, I want to see other people's things.
It was cool to talk to people that I normally wouldn't have seen, might not have been connected with before. So, like I said, I'm hanging out with the guy that's a very skeptical guy that doesn't believe in any of this stuff. And another guy that's a parapsychologist. There are all kind of parapsychologists on that side.
Yeah.
They were just fun folks to hang out with. Though, with a lot of I'm glad they accepted me into their group. I feel like Jen and Dave were just waving me over every time I walked into a room, sit next to us. So very welcoming and nice people.
Yeah,
so,
it was the kind of friendly vibe you hope to experience at a conference. Even though, like I said, I didn't really partake in too much conferencing.
Yeah. Symposia.
Yeah, there you go, symposia. Yeah. What I did see, and people were super friendly, so that was, I enjoyed that. And Gettysburg, you didn't get a chance, you walked around a little bit of it, so you can definitely speak to how we were talking about Salem and how
you stopped to talk to Doc and asked him about ghosts. That's if he had seen a ghost.
Yeah, everybody. Either they have a ghost story or they're kind of sheepishly say they don't.
Right.
Can't really, the girl at the front desk at the hotel was saying she had, I think, was some death in that thing. But
every other building there is Gettysburg souvenirs and ghost tours.
Right, yeah. There's like a whole block that is just like those kind of, some people might like them, I don't know, those tourist shirts that like, you know, have some wacky pun about where you are and, you know, Gettysburg, USA and all that. I think it was one that was like, make the South great, put a Yankee on a bus or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like things like that, you know. And like, what was it? Yeah, someone was like proud, you know, grandson or what? I don't know.
Yeah.
My ancestor was in the Union. My ancestor was in the Confederacy. It was a very weird. As someone who travels to the South on occasion, fairly frequently in the last few years, and then, you know, lives up here. It was a really interesting sort of. It was like an intermingling of the two worlds.
Well, we were thinking we must be like directly on top of the Mason-Dixon line.
Which we were. We were right on the Mason-Dixon line here.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was. So you got that. You kind of got that impression that, like, you go any further once you cross down past Gettysburg, you're going down into the south.
Yeah.
And it's just like you got that. Yeah, it was an interesting vibe.
Oh, and we got to eat hush puppies.
Yeah, hush puppies. I had some crab. Because Gettysburg's real close to like Baltimore, you know, crab country.
Yeah.
So that was really good. The brewery was good. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were trying to put our finger. I think even Alex said it was like it's hard to it feels like a beach town, Gettysburg. Right. It feels like you're in a beach town, even though you're like there's no water anywhere around.
Yeah.
It had that beach tourist vibe.
Yeah, it had a lot of historic buildings. So in that way, it kind of reminded me of like Portsmouth, New Hampshire, or something like that, with a lot of older brick buildings, things like that.
Yeah, it was like super old and it was cool. It was really cool. I mean, it was a place I could spend more time in. I think I would like if there was an opportunity to go back. I would. Like I would definitely like want to check it out again. I don't even think I saw like a third of the battlefield. I think that's about all I saw. A third.
Right.
So it was like, we didn't go to that thing the guy was playing at the top.
The big round top.
Round top. So this whole part, I think there's whole sections of the battlefield that like all I saw was like one day. It was like a 3-day thing, and all I saw was like the end, the culmination of it. So it stretches for like miles. So it's like something happened the first day, then something happened the second day, and then it ended on the third day. And I saw the third day area, essentially.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you want to do all 3 days, like when we finished, I came back and met up with you, and you were going to go see more, and I'm like, I can't go back out there.
Yeah.
Because it's really a commitment.
Yeah.
Like, I walked, all told yesterday, I walked like 12 miles. It's like unheard of for me. Like, I'm feeling it today.
Yeah. It's like marching off to war. Yeah. Brother against brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was, so no, I mean, I'd recommend it. I mean, anyone who's like in the area of Gettysburg and wants to check it out, if they do another one next year, you know, go check it out or go on your own. I mean, there's no shortage of ghost stuff there. It was like Salem in that way, where it's like you don't know even what's good and what's bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, like,
it's not like if you go to like...
I wasn't exaggerating. I think just walking down to the Rotary and back down Baltimore Street, there was like 24 different ghost tours.
It was, I don't know.
Like, how do you think that?
I did like 8 at least. 8 ghost tours. That's a lot. 8's enough. Like 8 is... It was 8 like ghost tours plus tarot. Psychics. What's that? Like crystal shops.
Yeah. New Age stuff.
Lots of New Age stuff. So it was,
Yeah. And that crappy gas station.
Super crappy gas station.
Slot machines in the gas station.
Slot machines, no alcohol, no hot food. Like...
No listed hours.
No listed hours.
And you couldn't get a straight answer out of the guy.
He didn't know what that meant. I'm like, what are your hours? He's like, huh? I'm like, what are your hours? He's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, when do you close, dude? So, that was tough. But yeah, that was a very odd gas station.
Yep. Yeah.
We had, the ship mentioned the hotel was fantastic, the location.
Yeah.
You're right in the heart of Gettysburg.
I really enjoyed not having to drive for an entire day, considering that's my whole day today. And
Right, it was Friday too, yeah. So, believe me, I get it. But we were on the 5th floor, which was amazing.
yeah, we had the corner unit on the 5th floor with a balcony, like a walk around, wrap around.
What would you call that? A balcony or what do you call that?
Well, I think it's like a balcony entrance to the room, you know?
Yeah. It has, it's not like a patio, but it has like a whole strip in the front. Yeah, I don't know, it must be like an architecture.
You had to enter from the outside.
Right. But essentially, like if you wanted to go out of your room and have a cigarette, they had smoking areas, so it was really nice to smoker.
Right.
And you don't have to go down the 5 flights. So that was like, when we checked in, I'm like, no!
Right.
Because they're like, you're on the 5th floor. I was just like, oh, fuck, man, are you serious?
Yeah.
But then it was like...
Yeah, and no smoking signs everywhere. But
they were super like, and then like in the elevator, they're like, don't be fucking smoking.
Yeah.
And then we got to the top floor, and then like as soon as you open the door, then it's like smoking areas that way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck yeah, all right, I like this place.
Yeah.
And then if you went out on the patio, balcony, where you don't know it is,
right,
you can look out over the whole town, and like it was like the sunset. You can watch the sunset. I watched the sunset on Friday from the balcony.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I took pictures and posted that on Facebook. It was. I don't often get the chance to really stop and relax and watch the sunset. So it was a nice change of pace.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, good stuff. And beautiful weather the whole time too. So.
Yeah, fantastic weather, which is good because it looked like it was going to rain for a while.
Yeah, I didn't know how much the hurricane was going to affect things. Apparently not much at all.
No, I think we just got that little bit this morning. And like I said, it was nice. It was like a whipping rain. You could tell it was real hard. It had to have been.
Right.
It had that kind of fierceness to it.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't like, it's just a sprinkle. It was like...
It's like a spicy rain.
Yeah, spicy rain. It was spicy rain. Trying to think of what else, Yeah,
well, you ran afoul of a biker, I guess.
Nah, and I saw a biker's ghost.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was a ghost biker outside our room.
Right outside our room. But there was only Matt would understand this because he's the only one who really saw the room. But yeah, there was no reason for that guy to be in that corner of the balcony, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you went out on the balcony at the corner, then that's down the thing with the smoking area.
Right.
So there was no reason, unless he was up there looking for someone down below. Well, I have no idea. Yeah, there was like a biker, like, decked out full biker, like, you know.
I mean, he was keeping an eye on his bike. He was trying to make sure nobody was messing with it.
That could have been it.
Yeah.
He could have actually. That's a very good explanation for what he was doing.
Yeah.
It looked very out of place, and I was like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're really. This was like, it was a very private area where we were.
Right.
So it should have been no other reason for someone to be there, except to maybe look and check on their bike.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then like I went right into the room. I should have said something to him, but I was like, well, if he wants to talk, he'll fucking say something to me, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I came out like, that was the other part where I'm like, jokingly, like, maybe it was a ghost. Like, then I came out of the room. Like, I think I went to the bathroom and came back out to have a cigarette at the smoking area.
Yeah.
And he wasn't around anywhere. So it was like, what?
Yeah.
Where's that guy go?
They also had a crazy guy across the street yelling about the Bible for, like, the entire day during the symposium.
Yeah, well, crazy's kind of. You're kind of being a little cruel on crazy. He was full of the zest of Christ.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
You know? He was yelling and screaming, though.
Full of energy, that guy.
Yeah, yelling and screaming about, you know,
God bless him.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, yeah.
I walked by him and he was like, it's all in the Bible. And I was like, I hear you, man. And I walked right away from him. And like, I don't know. I didn't argue with you. Like,
Yeah, see, that's the key to those types of boats. Like, proselytizers, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the corner crossers, you know, where if you're kind of like, hey, in a way, I oddly kind of, even, like, most people, like, are like, I don't know, you know, but I'm just kind of like, this person's really fucking fired up about God. And it's like, you know what? God bless you.
He was jazzed.
You don't need to convince me.
Yeah.
That's kind of like,
He was all suited on Christ.
Yeah. That's like running into someone who's trying to tell me, like, about the paranormal. It's just like, look, man, you don't have to tell me. I'm all about Jesus. So, you know, I've known him for 46 years, so I'm a big fan.
He's a close personal friend of mine.
Yeah. So, but if you want to reach these other folks, if that's what you want to do, go for it, man. I don't get it. He was,
Yep.
Trying to think of anything else.
That's about the size of it. Well, I mean, breakfast was included, and I realized that. No, I feel it's worth mentioning because I'm perplexed by the hash brown casserole, something I've never encountered before. Because I don't know if it's a New England thing or not, but like potatoes are a big part of breakfast for me. I want to have like home fries or hash browns or something. But this was a hash brown casserole, which is essentially just shredded potato and cheese. It just seemed like mac and cheese if it was made out of potato, which I wasn't complaining about, but it was odd. I had kind of hoped for another option, potatoes, but I don't know.
Well, that was what we say. Hush puppies we had.
Hush puppies were great. I don't know why no one's ever told me about hush puppies before. I've heard the term. I never knew what they were. I thought it was like fried dough, which I guess it kind of is, right?
Yeah, it was like fried dough. It was like a
corn type stuff inside of it.
Yeah, but it would also have like the shape and almost the consistency of like a flat kind of toss.
Yeah.
Like they look like tops.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, these tops? Why'd you put
like I would have thought maybe they were
powdered sugar on your tops.
Tiny jalapeno poppers or something.
Yeah. But then they were so good.
Oh man, they were good. Yeah.
And then Matt tried to like steal my whole thing. I'm like, here, if you want mine, you have. Then you're like, are you done? You're not going to have any more. I'm like, there's like 8 of them in there. I don't know, dude. I lied. You want to eat them all in one shot? Like, what's going on? But that's how obsessed he became with the hush puppies. I'm like, he really fell in love with them. Yeah, I thought that was so funny.
Well,
you're like, are you done with these? I'm like, they're individuals. I don't fucking know. I was done with them, but
all is currently exaggerating. I was still.
It was really an innocuous question. The phrasing of it was so like.
I was unfulfilled because my breakfast did not have sufficient potato in it, and that's why. You know, when I got the taste of hush puppy in my mouth, I just wanted more. You know, and then when is it ever enough though? You know.
Well, when the novelty wears off. You live down there, dude. They didn't.
Nobody wanted it. Yeah, they were all like,
the other folks were like, yeah, it's a fucking hush puppy.
Yeah, right after I asked you about yours, like I got 2 more.
Yeah, they start handing you.
Sliding them over to me. Yeah.
They're like French fries.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want them. I could have a hush puppy.
And I was kind of amazed too, because I was like, what do you mean you don't want the fucking want them? But I had like a big dinner, so I was already like, I'm stuffed.
Right.
Those were the kind of things, that I would like get and fucking bring back or,
Yeah. I gotta look up hush puppy recipes.
I know.
Yeah. So, send me your hush puppy recipes if you got them. So.
Yeah. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. I like Gettysburg a lot. I wasn't sure what to make of it. I wasn't sure what I was going to think of it. So it was like, again, like a beach town.
Yeah.
But not with the beach, which I like, because I don't like the beach that much. So it's not a.
Yep. It wasn't terrific planning on my part, or for either of us, because when I got the gig, I submitted an abstract and they accepted it, and I was like, shit, how far is Gettysburg anyway? You know, and I had a very wrong idea of how far away it was months ago, and then as it was approaching, both Tim and I are like, oh no, like.
Yeah, there was some regret there, like ahead of time.
I was like, this is kind of a stupid idea, I think, but
well, I knew
it's gonna be fun when we get there.
Yeah, but like we hadn't really sat down and kind of worked out the details of how this was going to happen.
Right.
And and so it was like I said it many times. It was like it was a great idea in April for August.
Right.
But then once August came around, it was time to go. It was like, oh shit, we didn't really think this through at all. But we're going because you know, you're doing this thing, and I'm committed to going on this trip. I got to get the fuck out of town for a while.
Yeah.
And it was like, So then, I mean, it was fine. It wasn't like.
No, it worked. Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna roll home and be like, worst decision I ever made. You know, like I had a great fucking time. I really enjoyed it. It was nice meeting new people at the conference. It's just people in Gettysburg. We really was chatting up all the locals. Love that. And I'm looking forward to. This is like the start of my traveling season. Now I'm going to be going down to Kentucky for a fucking week.
Fucking
Kentucky.
Yeah.
The Great Kentucky Tour 25. And then up to Whitehall.
Yep.
If anyone's up there.
Bigfoot.
Then I'm going on West Festival. Then I'm going Bigfoot hunt.
Yeah.
On Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Halloween Bigfoot hunt.
Like touch and bird.
Touch and see bird, yeah. And then I'm going out to California for Thanksgiving in November. So I'm going to be jammed up 3 months here of traveling around. This is a great way to start it. This is the perfect kickoff.
So you got your steps in.
Yeah, got my steps in. Got my road miles in.
Right.
Paramania, I'm telling you, everywhere we're going for Paramania is like 2 hours away. So it's like, after this, fucking 2 hours is like nothing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fucking, you know, we still got a little under 2 hours left to go now.
Yeah.
It's like, so I'm going to be, you know, I'm ready. I'm primed. And, you know, big thanks again. You mentioned her, but Alex Metsu, she did an amazing job.
Yeah, kudos to her.
Like super professional. That was really, you know,
very organized.
That's folders and paper stuff, and you know, you never really were wanting for answers.
Like,
Some of these you really kind of are at these conferences, but this one was like just so well professionally done. It was like, it was awesome.
Her and her team. You know, like
of course,
the whole association for study of paranormal, and I mean, just what had the logistics that had to go into running 3 simultaneous trips, and getting all the social media going at the same time, and like accessibility management, like making sure people can actually get to these places if they are, you know, have difficulty with mobility or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, everything was really good. Everything was really welcoming. Ample opportunities for attendees to just hang out with the speakers. You know, it wasn't like we had like a secret trip to the brewery. It was announced like during the closing, anybody that wants to come can come. So it was like speakers and attendees there, and the people that were running it. So it was good stuff. It was. I feel like last night hugs were given out. I wasn't anticipating hugging anybody. You know.
He was hugging everybody, folks.
Well, as long as you don't tell him I also cried. That can stay.
There you go.
Yeah. With the tears that fall at Gettysburg, stay at Gettysburg.
Where are we? Are we in Hartford already?
Yeah, we're in Hartford.
Let's go see a Wayne game. I can't bust out old Gettysburg man just yet, but he's out there. He's going to bleed into just a general character eventually.
Yeah.
Gettysburg.
Yeah.
It's great. It's not great. It's tragic. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, ghosts are good for business. So.
I would love, you weren't there for that. Yeah. I was like talking to, I'm bad with names, Kellyanne.
Yeah.
And, the woman who had the paranormal investigator shirt on.
Right, Karen.
Okay, yeah. And we were walking past one of like...
Was this on your ice cream, John?
Yeah, we went out for ice cream from the brewery.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was like you walk past one of the openings to the cemetery, just like that leads into the battlefield. So it's like the opening to the huge, expansive piece of land. Because, like, once they fought that fucking battle, they, like, just shut it down. They're just like, we're never doing anything in this multi-mile radius patch of Gettysburg where this horrible event occurred. So it's all, like, confused and shut down and grassy and everything. But, like, she said, Karen said, I believe, or Kellyanne, that you can't, I'm like, I would like to, I guess there's roads that go through it, but, like, I'd like to walk around in there at night. That's where you're going to see ghosts and shit. Mm-hmm. But you can't, it's like a national park, so you can't just up and go walk in there, really.
Yeah.
She said, like, there's roads that go through, but if you, like, stop, they'll stop you. Right. Like, hey, get a move on.
Right.
So it's, but yeah, that would be like, imagine, like, if you could camp, like, that'd be wild.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we're gonna finish
come with us.
Yeah.
Black Wolf and company.
But if he came with us, we wouldn't be able to talk shit about him.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, we're in the home stretch now. God willing.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the convo. I know there were a few fans and listeners that wanted to hear our thoughts together again.
Yeah, who are you sick people?
Yeah, you need help. Those of you that wanted to hear us chat.
That was a pretty good reach out over the weekend, though. I'm glad, because some shit I probably would have forgotten, like, by the time.
Yeah, it's good to have a permanent record of this.
Yeah. By the time it settled in.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'll see you right next to me for the next 2 hours. And listeners, you can tune into me whenever. So. All right.